Greetings to my friend with the palsied hand. Umner. My servants, returning from your place again empty-handed, did report that you spoke with irritation about my words concerning the justice of Enoch, saying there was surely superior justice in your land. True, the land of Omner has a goodly measure of justice and mercy, of which its inhabitants are rightfully proud. But whence cometh the notion of justice in the first place, or the measuring rod to mete out to each man his measure? Justice in the land of Omner came from your father's Omner's consulting with his own conscience. But even if you can sustain your father's system of justice, will your son do likewise? For evil erodes such mortal measuring rods. Enoch preaches that only revealed standards give us true justice and true mercy. Mortal justice is worn away, as the will of men is worn away, or as each man persuades himself that his views are the thoughts of all men. The doing of any good surely carries its own reward, but perhaps, as the followers of Enoch say, we cannot practice one principle of Jesus Christ apart from all his other principles and have full happiness. They say that all the principles of Jesus need each other, honor, just as the people of Jesus need each other. Besides, justice is but one of a cluster of concerns to which Enoch addresses himself. I pause for a period of several hours because, to my great delight, a letter from you was just delivered to me by your near breathless bearers. Omner, my beloved friend, our friendship is deep and sweet. It has been a fast friendship. Omner, if, as you say, men must walk in their own way as seems to them best, it will not disturb you if I choose a way different from your own. You will recall our jesting on one occasion about the saying that if one had no destination in life, it should not trouble him if he failed to get there. That I may now have a clear destination in life will not offend you. Perhaps it can become a destination you will share. I have a deep decision to make. The strange thing about this decision, Omner, is that while it is not at variance with logic and reason, it does not depend alone upon them either. Nor will the decision be made on a basis of mere feeling. It is a decision to be made by a form of knowing, which lies somewhere beyond the realms of both thinking and feeling. I regret not being able to explain it. A man can know something and yet not be able to speak of that truth easily to another. Do you recall when you were sick and confined to your bed, sending me to the marketplace to lay hold upon a new servant of yours? You, knowing how he looked, could have found him quickly, but your description of him to me was not sufficient, and I failed to find him for you. Yet you knew how this servant looked. The tongue cannot tell some truths, Omner, even when we would will it otherwise. If I do affiliate with Enoch and his followers, I am sure I will be a better friend of yours. Their love of their God seems to move these people to a greater love of their fellow men, and Enoch is not only a preacher of righteousness, but also a performer of righteousness. The small band who follow him claim that among them liberty does not rob order, and order does not mock liberty. Surely such cannot be a harmful thing in a world that is otherwise growing so hard, Omner. You and I have both observed in times past the brutality we have seen all about us, to animals which is so unnecessary, and to humans which is so terrible. I see leers on the faces of the people in my city, but no smiles any more. They seem to be without mercy, Omner. No doubt we could resolve many matters if we could but see each other. I can only trust that your esteem for me is as mine for you, and that such esteem will endure both time and circumstance. One thought as I close this communication. The claims of Enoch are so bold and so daring that in one sense I cannot lightly lay them aside. I will finally have to do just as Enoch says. I must choose. You can see throughout this epistle that for me belief is near at hand. Already I have been among the most hesitant of Enoch's first hearers to make final determination concerning this man and his message. Being wealthy and of station, I fear I've reflected too much upon what I would give up, and too little on what I might give to others. Discipleship with Enoch is not cheap, nor without its costs. To human logic, to explain to you why I'm making these first tentative expressions of possible belief would be folly. There are stirrings and feelings inside me that are difficult to describe. I myself do not know what they mean, yet or where they will lead. But I intend to follow them. That I cannot explain my feelings fully does not mean that they are inexplicable. We often know more than we can tell. I can now understand why only the path of duty would persuade Enoch to leave his happy home. It is also clear to me that Enoch did not call himself to preach to this people. He clearly feels called, and he preaches not, as you once surmised, my friend, out of puffed pride or merely to make himself heard, but because his deep sense of duty. The followers of Enoch are becoming numerous. Yet if they choose to separate themselves from this city, it will not be out of fear, but that they might better pursue the ways of God. Should I join them? That need not be the end of our exchange of epistles, but I shall then be under the necessity of finding new ways to reach you. I deeply desire that no gulf come between us, but I am also anxious to maintain mine own integrity as I wish you to maintain yours. Events are becoming a wedge between us, hence my double desire to send further word to you whenever and however I can. I will respond to your last message further only after I have pondered it more carefully. Your concerned and faithful friend, Mahijah.